Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Space 2. I think we're in a good spot here. If we just pop into our trade resources panel here, you can see that the dust output of our trading companies is actually increasing. It's still a relatively small number, but if you remember what these numbers looked like even at the beginning of the last video, you can see that the rate of gain is pretty good. And that's true of a lot of our other methods of dust acquisition as well. If we pop over to the thing here, we are currently at 93,000 of the 810,000 required dust for the economy victory, but our rate of gain is going to continue increasing. So the fact that we're basically nowhere on this victory at turn 75 is not necessarily indicative of things going poorly. In fact, I think we're in a really good spot here. So what other things do we need to do? You know what? One thing I do need to do is actually sell an outpost to somebody. So why don't we pick? Let's pick a thing, buy a spot on it. Is there anything over here that's I'd prefer, obviously, to give away systems that are not near me, and it's easy to do that because we don't have to run colony ships out. Okay, like Tylus. We could sell Tylus to the Unfallen, maybe. Do I want Tylus? It does have Adamantium. We're getting close. Yeah, we're really, really close to having microwave pipes available, so we do want to get our Adamantium and antimatter mining rates up. Antimatter in particular. Where's our antimatter system? It's over here. We need these things, and we need them soon. As soon as possible. Obviously, I am planning to rush these constructions. Was there something else I was saving my dust for? I don't know, probably. I bet there's something around here where I was like, okay, this is the next thing we'll spend on. But you know what the problem with playing a video game only for an hour each day is that I retain no information from one day to the next. It's like, I don't really want to buy Jian. We could buy Ugaro and trade it to the Vaulters, but I don't think it's actually very valuable. I guess we could do that with Ukta. I was a little hesitant to go for that at first because it has Proto-Orchid, but you know what? We have enough Proto-Orchid. I feel comfortable saying. So why don't we try... Well, I guess actually I have to wait till next turn. There's yeah, how much dust is it going to be? It's going to be 8,500. All right, because we haven't tried trading an outpost to anybody yet, and we really should. That is a feature of our race that I have not taken advantage of at all this game, and I think that's probably me not playing as well as I could be playing, right? Okay, Scorpius is in fact pushing back Nusakan's influence bubble actually very quickly. And if Scorpius' influence bubble grows enough, it will actually be able to protect Deki, because Deki is definitely growing slower than these are. Alright, all the ships that we're going, continue going. I don't even know where we're sending stuff anymore. Ah, this has ended. That's a shame. This is a really great event for us. Alright, Yelchin here is continuing to provide us with dust and influence. We did actually pick up the Hot World on the Pegasus system, so we are getting stuff. We are getting the dust from that skill now.
Unsure of you.
As our relations stand, this declaration isn't...
Okay, that's annoying. They went back to peace with us. They went back to Cold War. It's not a big deal. We can certainly just force them back to peace. What do we need to build here? Well, hold on. Before I forget what I'm doing, because I'm going to, let's be honest. We all know how I am. Let's put down... the cost of it increased. For reasons I'm not entirely clear on. It might just be that it gets the later in the game it is, the more expensive it is, but I would have expected it to be based on the number of colonies you currently have. It might be based like on the number of system improvements you have, or on the population of your empire or something. That might be why it's still going up. Also, out of curiosity, oh, we are at 19 Cephaloros. We are very, very close to that bonus now. Do we have... How distributed is our Cephaloros population? This system is entirely Lumeris. That's not really okay. Let's try to send a Cephaloros over there. We only have 2 here. That's probably fine. We only need 1 to do the thing. So you out to Alcyone. Kind of want to go through each of my systems. Yeah, we want to make sure there's at least 1 Cephaloros in each system. If you have forgotten, the reason I am so interested in this is that when we get to 20 Cephaloros population, every system that has at least one of them will gain 10% industry. So Pegasus has them. Idar has one. Okay, Ita has a ton of them. We should probably send them from Ita to other places now. Obviously, Timos doesn't have one because we just founded Timos, so let's send one from Ita, right? Yeah, because we can ease the population here a little bit. Oops, that's not where that's supposed to go. It's supposed to go to Timos. Duyel probably has some? No, okay, Duyel's where all the Pulsos are. Well, it only has one population slot left, so I'm a little worried about actually getting them in. Okay, we could definitely send one over to Bracia. Okay, I think that's all the distributing we can do for now, right? Because we're already running one from each system that has population, so we'll have to finish getting them all spread out next turn. But that's going to be very helpful. Reminder, though, that while they are in transit, they don't count as part of our empire. So our Cephaloros population is going to be temporarily depressed while all of those are moving. As soon as everybody gets where they're going, we should be at 20 though, because we're already looking down the barrel of another Cephaloros birth. So as valuable as careful sweeping is, I don't think in the current situation we can afford to build a bunch of these. I really do think that the pipes, the microwave pipes, are more important. Let's focus on that, and we should build them in the places that have the highest population first. Okay, but Ita does have things it's doing. Yeah, and without the 20 approval from that event, we are seeing stuff drop below 100. Actually, considerably below 100. Are we still running Make Love Not War? We are, wow. Okay, well, we'll fix it. We're just going to have to make peace with a bunch more people. That shouldn't actually be that hard. So you're not getting the first microwave pipes. The population here is pretty good. Do we need it in... does Pegasus have... Yeah, Pegasus has a couple of turns of orders. You know what? Sure. Hadar, you get the first ones. Everybody else is kind of busy. What else? Bracia. Bracia is not a bad place to go for a level 3 modernization. Like, where should it be next? Sort me by population. It should be Ita. Okay, Ita's working on it. Then Duyel. Duyel's... Yep. Duyel's next up. And then we don't have enough resources to go for another one this turn, right? Yeah, okay, we'll have to wait like a turn or two. We can pop in here. Nope, the cost of this stuff also went up between the turns. Well, that's inconvenient. Here on Bracia, we are eventually going to need the mining structures, but we can hold off on that for a moment. So there's more dust on Bracia 3, there's not really that much less food, and with the bonus from Interplanetary Transport Network, they'll actually have the same amount of industry output. Also, we could probably specialize this world, right? That's probably a thing worth doing. Let's specialize in industry first for the moment. Should probably also engineer some less aggressive fauna. Reducing our approval, and we're going to continue to have problems with approval because apparently I just cannot stop settling worlds. Yeah, this wants us to be on a hot world. I'm not going to rush these. We're going to save up a little bit of dust, just a little bit, so that we can improve our mining facilities. And we are now working on the extra subsidiaries. Yeah, okay. And this will be the last thing before unlocking, first of all, the final system upgrade. I'm not sure what we'll do. I mean, we could just put Proto-Orchid in again, right? That bonus does stack multiple times. I don't know what else we'll do. Honestly, like maybe Proto-Orchid and Eden Blossom again, because we're bringing in so many of them, and then something else. We'll figure it out. Drift Buds would be nice. And obviously, Wealth of the Endless is a pretty good place for us to go from there. We'll see how our research rate is. it might take such a long time that it makes more sense to grab something else. That's right. I was also saving dust to colonize Ukta so that we could try to trade it off. I guess we'll do that. Our victory is fairly assured. I don't want to get like overconfident here, but it seems pretty likely to me with the rate that our economy is growing that we will win this. So, especially, you know, given the start, I doubt anybody's mind is going to be blown by that. Lobbyists for your empire's banks have been assailing your senators for weeks with demands to ease regulations. Well, I don't love that. I don't think we should do a thing that has a chance of creating a major economic crisis, and I think we could afford a small dust penalty for a larger approval gain, especially right now when our approval's kind of in a wacky place. All right, so let's go ahead and lay down a colony. If we end up having to keep this, that would not be great, but also, you know, it wouldn't be horrible. Okay, so can I give you this outpost green?
Speak.
What do you think
Let
about
us
this?
see if we can trust your words.
Yeah, of course they would like Scorpius. You know, it probably would be a good idea for me to, like, actually pay attention to the Ukta. Okay, Ukta.
The kin do not yet trust you.
What would you give
Nor
me
do
for
I.
this fancy thing?
Speak.
Do we already have... We do not have a trade agreement. I guess I can't put a trade agreement on the table with this. So they'll give us their maps. I don't know that they have a lot else that we want. They have some cool tech, but I doubt they would trade it. Let's find something we want and see. Yeah, okay, like maximized exploitation is cool, and it's not actually even very high tier. So what if I didn't take your maps? Actually, it looks like the map sharing has almost no effect on the deal. Okay, a little bit of effect. Alright, let's see what else they want. We can make this happen. We have a lot of influence to work with. I also would like a trade agreement, which I think you're going to be negative on. Not strongly negative. Oh, we're mining dark glitter at a really, really high rate as well, it looks like. How about space potatoes? Space potatoes. Think of all of the fries you could make with 50 super spuds. They'd be super fries. Have you really considered the implications of this? Did you see the smile on her face when I was saying that? She's going for it. Well, you know how they feel about advanced resources. What if I throw in a bunch of this stuff? And all 3 of the quadronics we have? Why do I have 3 quadronics? How did I get 3? I don't know. None of this stuff is moving the needle at all. Okay, she probably wants tech. Somehow she doesn't have the wormhole tech. Boy, she's really fighting us on this. What else could I give her that probably would not be a huge deal? Food? This is a low-tier tech, though. She might not value it very highly. Certainly not giving you the ability to mine advanced resources, although it's crazy that you don't already have all those. How about some of this? Yeah, she's really not going for it. All right. Let's scale some parts of this deal back. Take the potatoes off the table. She clearly doesn't want them.
I see.
Okay, that's very slightly negative. So yeah, the value of this the value of this outpost was not super high, but if it helps us secure the trade agreement, I'm down with it. We could give her our maps. That doesn't really hurt us at all. She might go for that. I'm a little nervous about clicking that button and then have to reset the whole deal, though. Alright, let's put the potatoes back on the table. I think those moved the dial a little bit. All I need is for a little bit of blue to appear here. 30 potatoes. 30 delicious potatoes. They're extremely nutritious. That's where the super comes from. Alright, let's just try it. Come on. Come on. Okay, that worked. So, this is where the... Wow, the young are not very large. Huh. We can definitely make contact with these. The Kaltik Ma. These must be one of the new ones, because I have not seen these before, I don't think. Wow, plus approval on sterile worlds and minus overpopulation disapproval. that's pretty great. Let's throw some bribes their way. We certainly have the money to play with. And now that I can see their whole deal... Boy, they're really not... They're not doing a great job of expanding. So keep in mind, we can just lay down an outpost anywhere we want. Anywhere that we can see, we can just zoom in and be like... Bam, outpost. What is this? I'm seeing a unique world over here. Tor. A huge amount of dust is to be had, you say? 13 dust, 8 science. Wow, this is a good world. Okay, we're probably just taking this system, huh? It's far enough away from everybody that I don't think anybody will even have feelings about us doing that. We should do that. Oh, also we met some Hiroshims. I can't help but notice that you're not paying us yet. That feels like an error.
I doubt the Forerunners themselves know if it is safe to trust you. But we will work together.
Okay, well I don't think we got like a huge benefit out of that, but it was worth having some idea of the value of an outpost. Oh, you know what I didn't do is I didn't look at the assimilation bonus of the... No, I totally did. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? And then they just give approval plus additional approval on sterile worlds. This is actually a really cool minor faction. Speaking of approval, where are we at right now? Okay, a lot of our systems have zoomed back up to 100.
Welcome to the Sophonoty.
Oh, one of our scout ships bumped into the Sophons. So we can, because we are running Make Love Not War, we can just make peace with a couple of factions that we're currently at Cold War with, like, for example, the Sophonoty.
Yeah? Why are you knocking around?
Okay, they're down with that. We could get there. They're up on that. They're down with that. Listen, directions are good. It doesn't matter what the directions are. Alright, what do y'all want? Do you want a small amount of adamantium? Listen, I can't part with a lot, but I'll give you 9. It's the best deal I've ever given anybody. You can ask. Wow, they're like... Maybe I don't have to give them that good of a deal. Okay, I swear I tried to change that number. Nope, 5 is too little. We are absolutely going to go with the minimum amount of adamantium necessary here. You know, now that I've offered them 9, they're not happy with anything else. Okay, they'll take a negotiation down to 8. All right, a little bit more approval, a little bit more peace.
Decision.
We've also incidentally made peace with the UE. It's not that often, I feel like, that I see the UE AI making alliances with people unless they're specifically allying against me. So that's interesting. Okay, but that should be pretty good. That counts as a peace with 2 players. That is 30 extra approval. So that's got that resolved for us. For the moment, at least. Now, let's pop over to Primus. So we got our trade company headquarters up here. The population here isn't super great, but it will be really good eventually. We should probably just focus on actually making that happen, though, huh? This is not great for us. It's a little early for this to be great for us as well. Well, it's a source of food, you know. Take what you can get. We're just going to have to send population over there. Okay, and we have 6.9k dust left, which we are going to use to push on this system. This is a cold, sterile world. We do want to run atemporal finance here, but I guess it's not important that it get done right now. We should continue working on these and take as much dust off of them as possible. And then we have the resources for a level 3 system upgrade, which we saw there, so let's go ahead and queue up one for Scorpius. Nope, Scorpius is already level 3. I'm looking at only one of the 2 columns that I need to be paying attention to. Yeah, let's prioritize that over everything else. Even more dust income. Always more dust income. So now that we're all feeling quite happy, I'm thinking it is perhaps time to go ahead and plant that colony on Pardalis.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay. They're talking about a research agreement. I'd be, you know, fine with it. Oh, the Lumeris population boost has come to an end. We are 114. I thought we were bringing it in quickly enough that we wouldn't have to buy it anymore. Well, alright. I'm comfortable buying 2. We can buy 2 Dark Glitter. Oh, now that we've met the Sophons, we should check and see if anybody has Drift Buds again. Because Drift Buds would be a really nice thing to put in our final system booster. So let's pop back over here. Oh, I didn't trade for Vision with them. Well, there've got to be some Drift Buds somewhere in the galaxy, and the Sophons have the technology necessary to find them at least. So there's some chance. Let's pop into the negotiation window.
Dude.
Looks like no. They do have some stuff from that tier of resources. How about...
Welcome. The Empire always has time for its friends.
Sure. Is that what we are, buddy? Friends?
The unfallen greet you in the hopes that your goal is...
Okay, I didn't think they would, but... Okay, what would it take to get a trade agreement with you guys? You don't love the idea. We can trade a little bit of adamantium away. Like, really, our adamantium supply just needs to be greater than our antimatter supply. Well, that had no effect. Holy crap. It was like here-ish? Okay, no, it had an effect, just not as much as I would like. Let's say, like, 15. Yeah, okay, I'll make that deal. Alright, so there's another trade agreement for us. Each trade agreement allows us to connect our trading companies to their trading companies. Yeah, it looks like it's not, we cannot actually see where the AI is building trading companies, but every little bit helps. Alright, let's go and pursue some mining upgrades. We should be able to get all that stuff built pretty quickly with our level of income. And I guess me doing that means we're going to have to wait a turn on settling Pardalis. Yeah, we can put down right on Tor, though, because it is a... Technically, it is a tundra world, despite the fact that it looks like quite something else. Okay, so you guys are down here. Just, you know, go exploring. You, in the meantime, can search some curiosities. I don't know if this gives a positive relationship modifier for AI factions the way it does for miners. Holy crap. Boy, that's quite a system, huh? 2 sources of orichalcics and some... Yeah, that's nuts. Oh, hey. I've never actually had a system get overwhelmed by pressure from a miner before. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Huh. Maybe we should move some population over just to, you know, get that influence really rolling. I guess I'd have to actually take the planet. Probably nothing bad happens. I'm sure that the minor factions can't, like, buy your system or anything. But it's weird, right? Oh, you know what? We don't have to wait on Pardalis. I was just talking about how we're bringing in all these resources, and we can just sell them. Let's just do that. Let's just sell some resources. Like, I don't know, all these potatoes. You know, our people are all happy now, so why don't we do some stuff that will definitely make them upset? We're definitely going to want to put down this. We can do that right now, actually. It's only 1,150, so let's sell a little bit of something else. Probably, we can afford to sell, I don't know, like, we can afford to sell a bunch of Eden Blossom, but that'll be enough. Okay, that'll be a colony soon enough. I wish that there was a way to set this to just not, like, nobody send food. We've got it. It's under control. Because there's no reason for Pegasus to take a food penalty, right? We gain nothing from that. But also, I guess we don't really lose anything by Pegasus having a food penalty. It doesn't matter. We're at the population cap here, or we're close to it. Yeah, we're close.
We Oregons are always ready to celebrate friendship.
Okay, they would also like a research agreement. Obviously, there's just like an AI personality thing going on there.
Proposal for you.
You'll pay me for a science agreement. Both you and the other player gain an incremental boost to research. The longer the agreement lasts, the better the boost. Here's the thing. Although we do know that they are going for a science victory on account of the faction they're playing, I don't think they're a serious victory threat to us, and we could actually use the extra science because we are thinking about going after an endless tech in the near future. So yeah, I'm down. I'm in. Let's do it. Okay, we can just wait till next turn and rush that. That's fine. Man, this is a really pretty world. We just zoom in one more step here. The 17,000 islands thing is just a really cool looking anomaly. And then honestly, the world's got a certain sort of beauty to it. And then you got the space travel and the satellites and stuff because it's colonized. They did some really fantastic visual work in this game. Like, look at how good the ringed planets look. And this planet with the Kessler syndrome, there's just all this space garbage. This is like... Probably, I don't need to say this. I think you all probably know how I feel. But this is like a really good game. There's a lot of good work that's been put into this. Alright. So Scorpius has taken over a black hole. That's some free science for us. Science that we're not paying for. Really? You still don't have a national museum. You're doing all this. Okay, let's solve that. We could maybe get a unit of Cephaloros population in here if we're quick about it. Bracia doesn't have any, of course. We'd have to come from Aldebaran. Scorpius. If we have to send some population off of Scorpius to make room for that, we can do that. So we could also send a unit of Cephaloros population to... Oh no, wait. Not from here. To Deki, right? Deki doesn't have anything? Alright, we're just spreading them out. But yeah, we're doing a pretty good job of managing all of our approval, considering that, you know, we're massively overpopulated in most places, and definitely need microwave pipes here, and we're getting close to just going into a capitalist frenzy. Which sounds like a band name, but I'm not knowledgeable enough about music to know what the funny joke there is. What kind of band would be appropriate to say? Here I think we are just doing capitalist frenzy. Until we have the resources necessary to build microwave pipes and careful sweeping. Speaking of careful sweeping, over here on Timos we need to grab this, and then we need to actually we need to build mining improvements on our Adamantian worlds as well. And then honestly, after that's done, I think it's probably okay to switch these worlds to atemporal finance. Does anybody else need build orders? Alcyone. Okay, Blue is taking Guyana from us. I actually don't care about that, even the smallest amount. I don't think we were ever going to settle it. We could increase our rate of Hyperium mining. That doesn't seem like a good use of our resources, nor does most of this other stuff. I'm going to go ahead and build the approval buildings. You know, as we continue to expand, we may continue to encounter approval issues. For right now, things are fine. That does not mean things that will be continuing to be fine, necessarily. We shouldn't rely on it. S is awfully attractive. We might head out to there. I actually don't see too many other sources of antimatter. Like, it might be worth coming over here and grabbing Phaeton, even though the Vodyani won't like that, just because there really are not a lot of places for us to get antimatter. Although, there are some unsearched curiosities over here that might be sources of stuff. You know what? Yeah. Come back to here. We gotta actually search out all these systems, because if one of these has antimatter, we can just make friends with the minor faction. Alright, everybody has orders. Things are going pretty well. Yeah, our rate of antimatter mining is just terrible. We can rush this, which will give us an extra 2 per turn. But we're gonna have to do something here. The atemporal finance, and then we need to reach out and grab another world. I suppose this is the way to go. The system could use a little bit of an industry boost. Some events are coming to an end, and it's finally almost time for that election. Okay, Woodsfez. What do we want to get from you next? So he's on Ita. We could move him to Deki. Is he a good fit there? He prefers to be where there are fertile planets, which is not really Deki's thing. But the reason I'm thinking this is just that he has a tech that increases deposit value, and we kind of need it. Plus, he'll increase the rate of population growth because he brings with him a couple of food skills.
We see you almost as kin.
Sure. I'm down with that. So we are now gaining more from our science agreement relatively because we are pulling from multiple science agreements at a time. So that makes me feel better about having a science agreement with either of those players. You are on Alcyone, which is still growing, right? Yeah, and we still need the lava colonization tech. Okay, so food's not wasted. The resources here are not super necessary for us to get extra, to improve the mining rate of, so we don't really need this. Although we could bounce this guy to someplace where they mine adamantium. We probably want to try to keep him where the dust is good, though. What do our system dust outputs look like? So we could bump him to Ida, but okay, first of all, Ida's dust is a little artificially inflated as compared to the rest of the systems. And secondly, it doesn't have the resources we need. Duyel and Primus. You know, Primus is actually going to be a pretty valuable place once we really get it running. He could go down there and provide a little bit of a kickstart. He's done well by the people of Alcyone. He can do well by the people of Primus. So let's grab extra resource value. A lot of extra food and industry coming along with him. Maybe not a lot, but some extra food and industry coming along with him. Yeah, he already took a turn off of the predictive logistics that was building there, which is certainly going to be helpful. Alright, so we rushed that. And then, for now, I think what we want to do with Dust next is just increase the... Every single time. Increase the value of our trade companies, buy extra freighters and stuff. So we do have this available. What are the resource counts if we want to put resources into this stuff? So they're high. We have so much Proto-Orchid and Eden Incense coming in, though, that I think this is still right. And then, unfortunately, I can't commit Drift Buds here unless we find an actual source of them. I think I'm not gonna confirm that just yet. We really need to find Drift Buds. I'm gonna start doing map trades with everybody. There's a lot of galaxy out there that we still can't see. Sophon's like us.
Greetings, Cubed. Dude.
We'll be able to make this happen. I don't think a trade agreement with the Sophons is necessarily valuable because I don't know... Hold on, is it the case that we can actually... Yeah, with wormholes... Yeah, with wormholes we have actual connection. All the way over to their stuff, and our fleets can't be blockaded anymore because we're way past that.
We like you, but that doesn't mean we're on speed dial.
We're way past that population bonus, so... Maps and trade for... I'm gonna guess tech will do it. Maybe we should take an outpost and try to trade that to them, although I don't know where we'd be able to do that. Oh, they don't have any... They don't have commercial frameworks. Okay, what if I gave you commercial frameworks? I'm going to give you the tools to get started here. We're going to franchise out a little bit. Nope, okay, so never mind this stuff. Trade agreement's not useful to you. Or not useful to me, for you to have. You want some dust? How How about like 1,000 dust? 1,000 dust. There we go. Still having that weird reset issue. And my maps? Nope, my maps don't. Okay. And some quadronics. Like 10 of it. 10. There we go. The quadronics is going to push us over, I think. They really love high-tier resources. They'll do it for just quadronics, I bet. And I bet it won't take 10. Let's try 5. Wow. It's possible that the AI overvalues these high strategics. So maybe we want to use quadronics to try to force through a trade agreement. Like, what if we ended up doing this thing? Oh no! Apparently my 1.1k isn't 1.116k. The odds of this being valuable are maybe not super high. You know what, let's do the simple version of this and save on the influence. We'll try to negotiate with people who are a little bit more economically savvy. Okay, drift buds. They came from somewhere. I don't know where we got ours, but they're, you know, somebody has them. Yeah, this might really be a problem of the AI just not having the tech to figure out where the good resources come from. So there might be some down here. It's totally possible, too, that they're on these neutral faction systems. Alright, for now we're going to leave this undeveloped. Hey, we hit 80% of the galaxy.
A smart decision.
Oh yeah, did we... We should probably actually at least try to make friends with all of the minor factions that we've met. So we can invest a very small amount of dust here and get payment from them for the foreseeable future. Okay, looks like that's all the new miners we met. Who's Red? We don't actually know Red. Alright, let's send a ship through. Hopefully we can meet up. Hopefully we don't get devoured by cravers. Holy crap, this system has 44 population. The cravers really know how to cram them in there. So who else's maps do we need? It's possible that we actually wouldn't get anything from the Vodyani map that we didn't get from the Valter maps. Horatio might know a thing.
Greetings. Hearing from you is pleasing. Like unexpectedly seeing our reflection.
Actually, before we go making a big deal of a trade deal to him, okay, he does have the trading company tech. Let's see if we can get a trade agreement going with him. Ooh, alright, he's not super feeling it. But we have all this green wiggly stone. Look at it, it's like it all jiggles and stuff. You're not going to find that anywhere else. How does it do that? I don't know. Don't put it in your mouth, probably. We haven't tested it yet, but I assume nothing that wiggles like that can be good for you. Looks like it's 5 or... Okay, 5. He'll do a trade agreement for 5 quadronics. I'm starting to think that the other people in the galaxy have no idea what stuff is worth.
Horatio.
You get that feeling? Okay, is this not the shuttle that I told to... Oh no, this is the shuttle that we were sending to guard Primus. You know what? We don't need to guard Primus. Nobody out here intends us harm. Everybody out here loves us. Head down to... I guess head down to Phagis and we'll figure out where we want you to go from there. I'll have more information by then. We might need him to try to plot a route through Craver space. Like, we might go to Veni and then try to open space our way over to Baten or Duce, maybe? That might be the only way to really get information on what is beyond. Also, I think I'm going to make... Boy. These are my ship designs, huh? I think I'm going to make an upgrade to the caravel, and I'm going to build an extra caravel. So let's go for the good engines. These are both just weapon. Okay, those are what they can be. So probe stock 2. I think I like probe stock 2 with a 1-turn cooldown over probe stock 3 with a 2-turn cooldown. Now, this is better for dumping probes when we actually hit a system. And also, it gives us something to do with our Hyperion. Alright, so we can just build one of those on Primus real fast here. And by build one of those, I mean, of course, purchase one of those on Primus. Also, Solar Security Operations Base is a good, powerful thing for us to do that doesn't cost any strategics, which is nice. Yeah, just put this in front. That's fine. Get that done. We can probe all these planets and then send the caravels south and start probing other stuff out there in the galaxy. Because it looks like nobody's going to find out what's in their own curiosities, probably because they cannot see their own curiosities. Okay, we have access to a couple more subsidiary builds. Probably it makes sense to go on, like, Deki. We'll put this here and we'll rush it. And then everything else up here, like Aldebaran could have a subsidiary. In fact, even make that your first priority. I guess there's no benefit to putting it in front of Reduced Metallic Waters, because it gets done in 2 turns either way. And then yeah, Timos actually is not a bad spot for one. Okay, no, we've made all the ones we have access to. Well, that's probably for the best, because it looks like we have other stuff we could be doing here. Interplanetary Transport Network, then pick up Timos 1, or maybe the other ordering of that. We'll move a bunch of people to Timos 1 to build the food buildings quickly, and then we can move people back, I guess. Okay, we're at 19 Cephaloros population again, with some in the air, so this is gonna hit 20 very soon. And do we want to just try to go straight for Wealth of the Endless? We're looking at a 32-turn research there. Obviously, that could be brought down. We could instead pick up plus strategic resources. Obviously, the dust or the industry to dust conversion from Xeno NLP is pretty good, but we have to spend resources on it. That's 10 turns. I do really like the Dust Anti-Trafficking Center. But this is something we benefit from without having to build anything, and also, man, that's a lot of dust. Yeah, you know what? We're just going to go for it. I think we can do that. Do I want to grab, like, it's probably worth it to grab Cultural Inverdicts first, I guess. Get Culture Unshock and the ability to build Autonomous Administration on any system that we actually do get to level 4. Okay, and we're going to need to keep increasing our rate of science output. As we build more microwave pipes, obviously, that will happen. Okay, we probably don't need to do this, but let's go ahead and throw our official support behind the industrialists, because it would be... You know what, I guess we're not even running any industrialist laws. Maybe this doesn't matter that much. But let's go ahead and let's try to keep our government stable. Returns are looking pretty good for the economists, or the ecologists, actually. We might see a little change here. I don't think it matters, because we're probably just going to run pacifist laws forever. Okay. Industrialists edge them out. Oh, it looks like we need one more election before the pacifists are all the way entrenched and we get access to their final law. That is a shame. Hey, I said I was going to rush something. Does anybody remember what it was? Well, can't have been that important. Okay. Horatio has assimilated these dudes over here. That's whatever, that's fine.
Has an eternal
In the opinion of the Church, your actions
All of a sudden, the Church wants to be friends, huh?
Stop toying with the Empire.
There's a lot of places where the voice lines are no longer matching up with the text. That's strange. Okay, I probably don't care about that. Oh, the Harishams were just starting to contribute resources to us. Okay, and some Cephaloros landed. So that's just free industry for every system that has Cephaloros in it, which is awesome. You know what I love is free stuff. The only thing better than industry is free industry. Alright, let's dig in here. What do you guys actually have? Okay, a source of deciduous trees, that's interesting. A source of antimatter, also interesting. And a unit of Epistis population for us. Okay. That's unexciting, but fine. You don't need any mining text to pick up luxuries. So actually, if we reveal luxuries on the Horatio worlds, they'll immediately start picking them up, which means they'll be available to trade to us. So we should pursue that, I believe. How are we doing on approval? Are we still hanging? Okay. It might be worth it to pick up another outpost, even. Kairos is a pretty good science world. And we can make that happen, right? We can make that dust happen. Alright, let's pop through the systems real quick and just try to figure out what the heck it was that I thought I was going to rush. You know what? Here on Ita, let's go ahead and get the microwave pipes and this thing up, and then you can go right back to your frenzy. Alright, obviously nothing there. Oh, it was the trade company subsidiary on... Yep, that's the one. Well, let's sell a little bit of stuff and make it happen. Wow. Wow, we are really generating those. Let's see, those are going for 35 each. The potatoes are going for 31, but we're not using the potatoes for anything else, so... Alright, even more trade fleets. At some point, I'm actually going to buy more freighters for my trading companies. We just keep having other good stuff to spend the dust on. Okay, now we have a little bit of influence banked, so it's probably worth trying to pursue some more trade agreements with people. And we have the ability to put up a new trading company. Alcyon is still completely disconnected from all of our other systems, so it should probably be here. You know what, why don't you really prioritize this? The earlier we get that thing up, the faster it will start, or the earlier it will start leveling. I don't think it will actually affect the leveling speed. Yeah, a lot of industry over a very small amount of dust. This is probably right, especially since, you know, at some point we're going to be converting industry into dust directly. Definitely be doing atemporal finance here. And you know what? Probably a little bit of terraforming makes sense as well. This system is pretty much done with industry, although it looks like all of the terraforms are two planet types that give less dust. So let's see. We go -1 dust, but we gain 2 points of population. So that would be... We go from 6 times 6 to 5 times 8, and then also we got to remember that a lot of that population will be Lumeris, which are not... They're not giving us their full value here, but they are still at least +2 each. So yeah, that's worth doing. So we want to go to Savannah, probably. I don't terraform nearly enough.
The hive.
Okay, we've properly met the Cravers. I mean, maybe they'll give us their maps. Who knows?
Sound like when you scream.
It sounds like gurgling, I think. Mostly gurgling. Do I want to trade these guys high-tier resources? I mean, yeah, probably. Like, I really want those maps. I need information. I bet they don't even know what to do with Quadradix. What if we don't give them the maps of our empire, though? That's probably a thing that we should hold on to. Oh, he's less willing to go through with it. What about, like, a little bit of this stuff, too? Green stuff and purple stuff. You're not going to get this deal from anybody else. Wow, he is really not going for it. He wants those maps of where all my systems are. It's probably... You know what? I'm just going to give him the maps. Who cares? What's he going to do? Run up here and attack us? I'd like to see him try. He'd have to eat his way through a lot of other empires to make that happen. Okay, so we meet some more miners, and still no drift buds. I think what's happening here is that the people down here just don't know. There are some drift buds somewhere, but we might be the only race in the galaxy that could actually see them. Okay, yeah, trying to go for above 50.
You make the right.
Okay, so we've discovered Vanguard. It is the Riftborn. We discovered a bunch of other garbage. Okay, Brassia is doing very well for a place that doesn't even have predictive logistics. Also, we need population space. Probably we need population space first. Also, some terraforming might do some good there, but I probably want to finish building important stuff while the planets are still very high industry. How's this going? 8 turns? Alright, it's coming. Coming along. There's actually a lot of stuff to search up here still, too. Let's have Scorpius produce us one of these new caravels. Yeah, man, we still have a lot of dust improvements to make. How long until that headquarters is finished? 3 turns? Man. It's getting really expensive to buy stuff out. Dust inflation is a serious issue. I don't think I've talked about this at all. But, here, there's a mouse over available. Inflation affects marketplace transactions and buyouts and ship repairs and upgrades. Inflation is based on the total amount of dust produced in the galaxy. The higher the amount, the higher the inflation factor. I don't know enough about real-world economics to know if this has any relation to the real-world concept of inflation, but it is starting to give us a little bit of trouble.
Whatever you're planning, you don't want to hurt her.
Everybody's trying to get me involved in their wars. I'm not. We don't do that. We don't do that here. Okay, minus 20 approval. Has that hurt our numbers? Nope, not really. We have a lot of approval. Part of this is, you probably noticed that there's plus 10, plus approval from leading political parties in a lot of our systems. That's one of the benefits of having a largely faction homogenous population, is that they all prefer the same political party. So when that political party wins elections, because of course they will, you get a nice approval boost from that. Oh yeah, that's where we were building that. Let's go ahead and just get this done. You need to start working on the microwave pipes again anyway. And then from here, we'll build a lot of trade fleets. So now on Timos, now that we've... Oh, sorry. Once this is actually finished, we'll be able to build another subsidiary on Timos. Alright, we do need this. I think we need the science more. Yeah, this is just +1 science per citizen, but it's still worth picking up. And then this will actually be a little bit better. And then this stuff. And we need to make sure we're building microwave pipes up in every system that has any population at all now. Oh, wow. Okay, I think the best thing to do here is going to be to search a couple of these. And then actually head back to Primus for upgrades. Or am I... No, I'm allowed to retrofit here. That's right, because these people are friendly enough with us. So let's take that retrofit, and then we will search 3 more. Okay, still not having any luck with the drift buds. We are finding lots of interesting stuff, though. So yeah, Eden Incense. One of these was not a resource. There it is. Okay, that's not a very good module, unfortunately. And that was... Ooh, Deserted Cities. That's a pretty good one. I kind of wish there was a button that you could press that was just refresh my probes. It feels like there really should be. Still no drift buds. We have, however, acquired 1 extra food on every one of our citizens, so that's pretty cool. Would have maybe been a little bit more valuable earlier. How are the rest of our populations going? Okay, nobody else is even at 10, so we're nowhere near population boosts for most of them. Okay, and you're just staying there until you generate 1 more probe. As soon as we find a source of drift buds, I will feel comfortable committing drift buds to our level 4 system upgrade and then going to level 4 system upgrades. But maybe I should just say screw it. I don't know. I really want to put the drift buds in. With the rate that we're searching the galaxy, maybe it's worth it, I guess, to just go ahead and do it. Like, trust that we will find the stuff, because it's out here somewhere.
The Unfallen watch you.
Yep, everybody's peaceful.
Has an eternal task to beautify the galaxy.
Are you gonna break our peace?
The needs of the many.
Oh wow, he went all the way. He went immediately to let's declare war. Okay. Well, the good news is we can probably just talk him out of it, and even if we can't, I think that it's unlikely that he will be successful against us for any sustained period of time. What kind of army is he bringing? He's got his own medium ships. Like, we can do some research.
Do not press us too far. And
oh.
do not miss...
And those two are allied. That's
Speak.
Annoying.
I will listen.
We might be able to negotiate with her. Horatio declared the war, so she probably doesn't want it as badly as he does, although she does seem to want it pretty badly. We could buy them a couple of colonies, right? Or buy them a couple of outposts, rather. I'm sure there's a deal that can be struck here. There's always a deal that can be struck. That's sort of the guiding principle of our faction. Hey, look at that. They love quantized economics. How about also commercial frameworks? What if you knew how to set up trade companies? We could show you this, and then we could benefit from it. No, she didn't like that one as much. You know what? I'm going to call it here for today. I'm going to negotiate with her a little bit behind the scenes, under the table. You know how we do. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when I have resolved this petty tiff and gotten back to owning everything in the galaxy. And we'll see you then.